You said you were using. Talk to me a bit about. I mean, what a life you've had.
You know, it's kind of similar to a lot of other people that go through addiction. You know, it started off great. It started off as fun, partying and clubbing, and you know, my job kind of meant I had longer hours than most people of being out, and you know, it was a natural progression. It was organically, you know, it went from alcohol to drugs, and I would take little bits of whatever to keep myself awake at work, and then it just progressed, and then I regressed. And, you know, 28 years of using, the last 10 weren't a life, it was survival. You know, and it was hell. At the end, I weighed 7 stone. I'd lost all my teeth. I'd pulled the majority of my teeth out with bits of wood and pliers and anything I could find to get it out of my mouth, because I had a thing called meth mouth, where my mouth, I thought I had animals living in my mouth. And, you know, I was completely insane. Yeah.
What happened?
What do you mean? In the end, how I changed it?
How did you change?
You know, all it took was the love of one person to save me. You know, all I thought about was dying on a daily basis. For a good year and a half, all I ever thought about was my funeral. And then one night, I was in a club and in the back room, rocking backwards and forwards as I did, digging at the last two, thinking that I knew I had to go and DJ, and I couldn't look at anyone. I couldn't look at anyone. I hadn't looked at people in the eyes for a long time. And in walked my partner at the time, and I looked at him and I thought, I can't deal with this tonight. You know, because I'd already been out for 3 days. And he literally just came and put his hand on my shoulder, and I looked up at him, and I always start to cry at this point, because all he said to me was, "What happened to you?" And I just broke it. I just cried, because it was that God-given moment that changed my life, because there was no judgment in it. And it was suddenly like the pilot light came back on. It was that's all it took. It was, you know, it was a God-given moment. He should not have been there, you know, and there was no judgment in it. And off I went to, for 6 months of trying to get clean. I went to drug drop-in centres. I went to a 12-step programme. And then eventually I went to rehab for 6 months. And then came forward to London and came forward to my career. And, you know, it was just about the minute that we start to believe, everything changes.